What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, and welcome to Track Talk, a part of the Lactic Acid Network. I am your host, Dominique Smith. We are going to bring you today's episode in just a millisecond, but I just wanted to give a shout out to today's guest, my friend, legend in the media content game, Joshua Potts of Two Black Runners, doing incredible things. Please be sure to go check out their page. He and his brother Aaron are changing the game one episode at a time, creating some awesome content for track and field viewers to see, enhancing and enlightening the culture, and they are just doing incredible work. Two Black Runners on Instagram as well on Twitter, and please be sure to follow their Two Black Runners YouTube page. They have the running report that comes out every week. It's something that you do not want to miss. He joined me today, and we did have some audio issues. Obviously, I'm here in Orlando, and he is in California, so naturally, the Wi-Fi isn't as accurate for 3,000 miles away, but we made it work. We made it happen, so please excuse those little technical difficulties throughout the episode. But we recapped the NCAA indoor season thus far and the amazing times that we are seeing. And guess what? We also recapped US Cross Country Nationals, the national championship. The team is set that will compete later on in February in Australia, and so you do not want to miss this episode. Please follow us, Lactic Acid _pod on Twitter, Lactic Acid podcast on Instagram, Lactic Acid with Dom Smith here on YouTube. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, leave a comment. I try to get to all the comments and interact with you all, and I appreciate it greatly. And then if you want to know more about our podcast, go to Apple, go to Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, type in Lactic Acid with Dominique Smith, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way, whenever a new episode drops, you will be the first to know. You will be alerted. We will resume episodes next week, not this week, but the following week. So stay tuned to that. And if you really want to help the channel, share it with somebody, share it with anybody, leave a 5-star review. Trust me, it helps the channel grow, and I'm truly grateful for all of you guys. Please be sure there is a channel, or it's rather a channel, but it's a newsletter. It's the Fast Women newsletter created by Allison Wade. Trust me, you want to subscribe to this. It comes in your mailbox every Monday at 5 a.m. It is full of incredible nuggets of wisdom, information on this great sport, about some athletes that you may know, some athletes that you may not know. Allison does an incredible job of getting the information out, so please subscribe. I will have that information soon and very soon as far as where you can get it, where you can go, and how you can help contribute to her wonderful platform that she has. Appreciate everybody's support. As always, hope you enjoy the episode, and we'll catch you next time. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, and welcome to Track Talk, a part of Lactic Acid Network. I am your host, Dominique Smith. Today, we have a very, very jam-packed episode. Really, we're going over 2 topics, but there's a lot of meat in those 2 topics. I am joined by none other than my friend all the way from California, doing big things, one of the 2 Black runners, none other than the legend himself, Mr. Joshua Potts. Joshua, what's going on, big time? Appreciate you coming on the show.
Hey man, I'm always hyped to come through, bro. There's no chicken this time, which is a little bit disappointing. You feel me? But hey, I'm happy to be here to talk to Dom, bro. Always a pleasure.
Hey, we have to run that back. We have to do that wings episode, or just some fried chicken. Dog, they closed down all the good fried chicken places in Orlando, so I've been having to make my own wings because that Popeyes got a 3.
Traffic.
I know, like all the home like pop or low-key small businesses. Popeyes got a 3-wing dinner, but man, that was $14, and those wings had more salt than the doggone Red Sea. So I was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. But listen, I got to say this too. Indianapolis Colts, me and Joshua are Colts fans. Take our boy CJ Stroud. Just get a quarterback. Get a coach.
Please.
Or like
Please.
a good coach.
Please.
Like, it's a proud franchise. listen, help us out here. We're trying to support you, but we need you to help us out. Or Joshua had a good point. Pick up Stetson Bennett in free agency. Right there.
Like he a winner. He win. Look at Jimmy G. Jimmy G, he may be hurt right now, but like he a winner, bro. He wins. He wins games. Brock Purdy. I just need someone like that, bro. I need someone to game manage.
Listen, there's
And
nothing
then
wrong with a
my
good
stress
game manager.
levels, I can actually enjoy football. You feel me? Yeah,
Man,
bro. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Come on, man.
like we on the worst side of history, like down by 50 to the Vikings, and then we were up by 50 to the Vikings, and they came back to win. But that's neither here nor there. Can't talk about that. That's too painful.
Is Matt Ryan retired, bro? I seen this man on TV now. I'm all like, bro, come on, bro. Like he really just used us. He used us, Dom. He used us.
And he has all that money too. Like, Matt, can you listen, donate to us? I don't want to say that, but yeah, he was on TV dapping up people. I was like, man, you should be in the playbook, crazy. Dog. But I can't say he should be in the playbook because we won't even have a coach. So,
man, yeah, let's move on. Let's
just move on. But speaking of winners, man. Pretty much today, we're talking about two main topics. We're talking about the craziness that's going on in the indoor scene in the National Collegiate Association of Athletics. I think that's what the acronym for NCAA stands for. And then we are talking about US Cross because it went down this past weekend, and it was an incredible sight. But I want to jump on what we're seeing on the track. I had Matthew Parker on the show way back when, MJP4 TV. Be sure to check him out. And he made a bold prediction. He said that this year was going to be the most insane year on the track when it comes to times. Like, we're going to see American records fall, NCAA records fall, world records fall, and on all levels. And it has been crazy, man. Just some of the things that we've seen so far. What is something that stood out to you so far in the indoor season?
I think number one, I'm gonna go for something that people really didn't. It wasn't like the really big headline, but well, actually no. Let me go here. I'm gonna go here, bro. Masai Russell. I think what Masai Russell did and 60-meter collegiate record. I think that's pretty insane. I believe it's 725, 775 that she hit. That's number 12, tied for number 12 all time. Like just out of everything, that's a new NCAA record. And I think why this is I feel like this is a really big deal too, because if you guys pay attention to like NCAAs, like Masai Russell, like she hasn't been like the headliner in ways, but like she's been the headliner on social media. So to see her like put this together like this is like, it's not that I'm just like happy for her, but I'm happy for the sport as well. Like she has 27,000 subscribers on YouTube. She has 190K Instagram followers, and she's gonna have great competition this year. Aaliyah Armstrong, it's like she ran faster than Aaliyah Armstrong. She ran 7.81 last year. If you don't know Aaliyah at LSU last year at the at World Championships, she finished fourth. She finished fourth in the World Championships in the 100-meter hurdles. She ran 7.81 last year in the 60-meter hurdles. And I'm pretty sure she was eyeing the collegiate record. So to see Masai do that, and I already know Aaliyah can go faster than what she was running last year, it's going to be super exciting, the 60-meter hurdles. And I'm just I don't know, it just makes me happy. I'm all like, dude, Masai Russell, make it happen. She's like a Gymshark athlete. She had I don't know if she still has this NIL deal with WWE, but she had an NIL deal with WWE. So many things that she's involved in. So the fact that she's running good is the fact that she's running super fast is so good for her. And correlating with that for right now, that's super good for the sport as well. I'm hyped off that for real.
Dude, you didn't even mention Grace Starks, the girl who's, she set the record, who's running for the University of Florida. I cannot wait. Aaliyah Armstrong, Grace Starks, and Russell, man, that is going to be insane. I was hyped when I saw that record too. All the points that you made are spot on. And then you kind of look at the history. She's always been so close. You look at indoors and outdoors, she's finishing third, she's finishing fourth, but now you pop 775, you're in grand position next month to take it all, I'm sorry, in March, to take it all. So that will be really, really dope to see. For me, sticking to the sprints, Alfred at Texas, man. She just broke the NCAA record in the 60 meters, running 7:02, I believe. And then she's still following up from that insane season that she had last year. So just looking at what she's been able to do early on, obviously we know sometimes indoor does not translate to outdoor, but these kids they have the outdoor pedigree. And so that makes me think, oh man, what's going to happen when we get to the outdoor season in the 100, even just in the 60. We talked about Talitha Diggs and what she ran the other week. So I cannot wait to see that on the track. But I said this, that I had John Anderson on Track Talk, and I just had this feeling in my soul, man, that there was a team that nobody's talking about that is going to make a lot of noise this year. And that is the Florida State Seminoles. Man, I'm telling you, Kone, the kid, and if I got his name wrong, my bad. The kid who transferred from New Orleans, popping 6:51 in the 60. And I have to say this is a PSA. This is a PSA. If you ran something in the last week of December and the first week of January, we get it. It's a world league. Like we get it.
Yeah. We get it. We understand, brother. Ain't a lot of people racing right now. Like, come on, bro. Pat yourself on the back right now. Wait till Christian Coleman open up. Like, come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we even got the meal rolls and stuff like that. Let's start tweeting out that, and I'm not even talking about the athletes. I'm just talking about everybody. World lead. Oh my God. But nobody ran yet. Hit me up after February 11th, after Milrose and everybody else has done ran, and then we could talk about the World League. But then not only him, but Jeremiah Davis. Like right now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was second last year in the long jump in the finals, and Wayne Pennock was the eventual winner, who's now at the University of Arkansas. Big time jumper, and they're loaded this year. Arkansas is going to be crazy good. But man, just what they've been able to contribute, they are like the team nobody's talking about, but when they show up on the scene, man, they show out. So I'm loving what I'm seeing for Florida State. Just all of it has just been crazy, bro.
No, most definitely. And just to see like a team not usually in the conversation, that can be in the conversation, especially on the sprint side. But really overall, just Jordan Anthony also in that that's ACC right there as well, from Kentucky. Like what he's recently done just in his first couple races of racing 60 has been phenomenal. Like as running those 6.6s and 6.5s like already. And this dude just came off of playing his freshman football season. He's out here running at Kentucky. I'm like, when because I low-key forgot for a second that he plays football, and then someone reminded me after these times, and I'm all like, wait, hold, like, bro, stop. I'm just like, come on, man, like you really help us out. But he's running some great times, and to see the competitiveness in the 60s is going to be super exciting once we get to NCAA's, because it wasn't the focus was definitely on the women last year. So I think the men, they're stepping it up.
Have you seen anything? And it's crazy. So I didn't see him play. Like, maybe I didn't watch a lot of Kentucky. Like I'm guilty. Well, I'm not guilty of that.
Who's watching Kentucky football? Oh, let's be honest here. I'm those shots. I'll hold on. That sounded kind of hostile, but I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, so I'll say this: compared to how much they played Georgia, like they were putting on games for Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and all these other SEC schools. Like, I don't know. Like I don't know. I saw Kentucky play Georgia and kind of turned off. It was boring. Georgia won. It didn't matter. But I don't know. But I'm like, dude, you got that. Like, and in Mississippi, that dude was crazy. I think he ran like 10-1-3 in the 100 last year as a high schooler. Yeah. But man, that's a nice slot receiver. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a good slot receiver, man. Come up to Indy. We need somebody who can run and create separation.
But
That's
no, it's going to be exciting though too, because like him as a freshman, then to see him eventually like go up against Michael Williams, who was dominant last year in the 100, and then to see him go up against Favor Ashley as well. It's going to be exciting to see how he's able to match up, like just as like this freshman coming in, even when he matches up against Matthew Boyling as well down the line. So he's definitely a star in the making on the track, and I'm just glad that he's running track and like he's running great. He's running great right now.
Have you been paying attention? What do you make of the Stanford's men's team, specifically their distance team?
It's one of the greatest. Like I was at Pac-12s when Riverside. So I went to go watch 12s in the cross country championships for the conference, and like two eyes, to be honest. Them losing at NCAA's was a total upset. Like it was a travesty. It was like it was falling apart to its fullest, kind of the Bills this past weekend.
Boy. Okay, that
no
was
shots, but I'm just saying, like, you
that
feel me? Like it was like
no, that was cold.
Seeing
and I don't
them
even
on the
like
track,
the Bills like that.
I'm sorry, Bills Mafia. I'm sorry, but it happens, bro. I don't know what's going on every single year. But Stafford situation as well on the men's side, just not being able to get on, and like the Stafford men, like they do show up. Thinking back, I don't know, can't remember the exact year, but the year when Sean McGordy and Grant Fisher went 1-2 in the 5K. I can't remember exactly what year that was though. I think it was probably like 2014, maybe 2016. Oh, no, not 2014. It had to be like 2017 maybe. I don't know.
I thought it was 2018.
Like, hold on.
Yeah, I thought it was 2018.
Oh, it could have been 2018.
Yeah, but it happened. It happened.
I think yeah, it definitely happened. Like they get it done on the track, and it's gonna be exciting to see them all go down. I believe all of them went under 4 minutes. Correct? It was a two weeks ago.
Yeah.
Four of them went under 4 minutes.
Kai Robinson, I have it up here, 3:55.87. Cole Sprout, which at first when I saw the name, I was like, is that the dude from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody on Disney? I was like, nah. But he went 3:56 and Thomas Boyden went 3:57. Dude, Stanford might have the best men's, and this may be a little hot take, but at the end of the day, they might, if things just like bounce in their favor, they could have one of, if not the best men's and women's distance and middle distance women's program this season. And then I say emphasis on might, because NC State is different. Like they different, over there. I don't know.
No, for sure. You're saying like this season, they may have the best this season?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely a possibility. It's gonna be hard to challenging them, and like seeing Roisin and Juliet Whitaker open up it's gonna be about 2 weeks ago now is definitely encouraging on that end as well. Like neither of them did cross, especially like I thought Juliet would probably do a little bit of cross, but her just coming out and running track and opening up, I believe it was a 202, it was 203, I believe, at UW. So has to be like highly just encouraging for the entire team to know that like they're like right back on track and like doing it with dubs too. Like I feel like, especially for them, like that's what's most important. Like I feel like for Roisin and definitely Juliet, like opening up in the 800, no matter what, like she was going to run fast, but to do it and like get a win shows that like they have shows she's a winner. She's a winner at the end of the day. Sometimes people are just winners, and if you're able to get that at the beginning of the season and run the gauntlet all the way through NCAAs, shoot, like sky's the limit to see where the Stanford men or women could potentially like score if they put something impressive together, like at the championship meet, because they're going to have a lot of people there no matter what.
I'm actually curious to get your thought on this, because I said it in another show, and I said on this show, the team that I'm watching this season because I think they're going to make some noise, and they're already making noise, is Florida State. Who's that team for you that you're excited to watch, that you think can run the scene that maybe nobody's talking about?
Dang, I don't even know that no one's talking about. Like,
Or maybe
honestly,
they're
I don't.
not getting enough attention. Like, we're talking about the big schools, but maybe a Stanford, maybe it's Oregon, with that all-star coaching staff that they have. Maybe it's USC. Maybe it's A&M. Maybe it's
I want to
Tennessee.
say this team because I feel like they do get the attention, but I believe last year they finished fourth. They finished about fourth. I don't think it was top three. The LSU women, and the reason why I say that is because of Michaela Rose. Michaela Rose,
Yes.
she ran the 600 yard this past weekend, number 2 all time for NCAA's, and like in 600 yard, it's low key like who even really cares? It's a 600 yard. No one's running a 600 yard. It's you know what I mean? Like honestly, I'll say that out there. No one's running the 600 yard. It's like 550 meters, but whatever. But like the thing that you need to pay attention to is the fact that it's number 2 all time NCAA. So that verifies that it's fast. Only one other person has ran faster ever in NCAA. And number 2, it's Michaela Rose. If you don't know who Michaela Rose is, I seen her compete at U20 last year at USA's, and she first ran the 800, and she ran 206, finished right behind Juliet Whitaker and Rasheen Willis, who we were just talking about, finished right behind them and ran 206. 30 minutes later, she came on the line for the 400-meter hurdles and finished about a second behind Akayla Garrett, who won U20s in the 400-meter hurdles at Worlds. 30 minutes later.
That's crazy.
Come on, bro.
That's stupid. That's so stupid. That is crazy.
So I'm just saying, with the combination of Aaliyah Armstrong and like, I think Michaela Rose is really going to come into her own this season. I think.
Yeah. I mean,
whatever, if it's the 400-meter hurdles, if it's the 800, it may be the 15. I don't know. Like, you feel me? Like, I think she has potential to like come into her own, and we already know LSU women as a whole. Like, they definitely got no pack, and they want to win the national championship every single year. So for one like fourth to first this year is definitely a possibility.
Her and Britton Wilson in the 400 hurdles would be must see TV. That would be that would be epic. All right, let's switch gears real quick before we wrap this up and get on out of here. Let's talk a little cross country. So U.S. Cross Country Championships this past weekend, took place this past weekend, and the team is set. So both races were legit. I mean, let's just call it congrats to the 6 who are going to represent Team USA. What did you make of the race? Who and what stood out to you? Let's start with the women first.
Well, a little bit about both, though. I think the biggest standout is the fact of having 2 first-time U.S. champions from Edna Kurgat on the women's side and then Emmanuel Bohr on the men's side. So I think for number 1 for Edna Kurgat, I think this could be definitely the start for something for her. You know what I mean? Like since leaving New Mexico, I feel like she hasn't been in the spotlight that she once was at that time. Like she was in New Mexico, I believe like in her sophomore year, like she was unbeatable. Like, it's at a time she was very like unbeatable. And then Wayne came over, it was like her teammate, then Wayne started beating her, then it kind of just really wasn't the same. But for her to get a big win like this over a field of Emily Durgan and Emily Lipari and Wayne Kaladi in it and Katie Izzo, like a talented field, to get a dub like that, I think it's definitely something to highlight that Edna Kurgat won this race and could lead into a lot of momentum going forward, if that's on the track, if that's on the roads, wherever it is. And then I will say too, I think Wayne as well. Wayne's a big one. It's her first U.S. team she ever made. And I believe watching an interview with Citius Mag, she was saying like she wasn't able to walk that week. Like that was her first day running. So like
That's
Wayne's a
crazy.
beast. We've all known that. So like the fact that she definitely have to talk about her. But I think main one, Edna Kurgat, I think it's big that she got that W.
And that was like you mentioned, those are some that field was crazy talented.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the competition, because you talk about McKenna, you talk about Durgan. Um, gosh, there's some ballers in there. I know, like there was Laura Thweek, she was in there. She finished in ninth. So you have like star power. Susanna Sullivan was in there. Katie Izzo, shout out to her. Making that team coming in sixth place. So that was an impressive win, and she won rather comfortably. Um, so I don't know. Do you think she has what it takes to win it all?
To win it all, I think is definitely a different story. Is definitely a different story because running worlds, or she was definitely running at the Ethiopia World Championships Ethiopia Cross Country National Championships. So I don't know. I think she made the world team. Don't quote me on that though, but like there's people like that she has to run against. There's gonna be people that were at the World Championships that she has to run against. So like it's gonna be hard to make. It's gonna be hard to win. It's gonna be hard to place. It's probably gonna be hard to get in the top 10. But she runs good in cross country, and like she runs good, and the fact that it is like a 10K, I think it definitely helps, definitely in her favor. But
Yeah, I can dig that. Yeah.
stuff like that becomes a different story. That becomes a different story.
And last question on the women before we go to the men. Just in general, who are you excited from this group to see, not just in this cross country meet, but to take their talent onto the track and even the roads? Like who from this group that excites you? Maybe that we haven't seen. Maybe
Yeah,
that. Go ahead.
I say Katie. Katie Izzo.
Yeah.
She was one of the first people I interviewed. Me and Aaron interviewed on the Two Black Runners podcast. So like the fact that she's making a U.S. team and she hasn't had like it's been rocky since she left Arkansas. It's been sort of rocky for up and down, changing her coaching, everything like that. So I gotta be hyped for Katie. Like I think this could definitely be a big momentum boost. Having the experience of running on like the world stage and like mixing it up can definitely help her, and hopefully that leads to faster 10K times once she gets on the track. So I think this is going to lead to some good momentum for sure.
Wasn't she your first interview, if I'm not mistaken? Wasn't she the first one on the first episode?
Well, I can't remember if it may have been Edwin Kurgat was like the first one. And then like we did the Edwin Kurgat and Katie Issa like a week from each other. So they're like the first two that like we released. Yeah.
That was the first one I watched, so I thought that was like the first one in general. But yeah, definitely shout out to her. She seems like the nicest person ever.
Oh, she's
So
super nice. She's super nice. She's from Southern California too. Shout out. Southern California, we hold it down. Come on, Texas got nothing on. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
maybe in the
I
sprints.
thought Matt Parker was here for a second.
Listen, I told Matt to his face, Florida better than
Do they
Texas.
know? Like really? Like it's really like honestly, it's low key like even at that point.
It depends
I don't
on
know.
what he. Okay, so with distance, fine. We can go. I
He
don't even
definitely
know.
got y'all. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
we don't.
Overall, I'm just saying all around, like we're LeBron James, bro. Like we're all around durable. Like you feel me? And then like Texas is like maybe I'm not even calling Michael Jordan because that's just disrespectful to Mike, but like y'all like AI. Texas is like AI. They can score. Now that's Florida. Florida's like AI. They flashy, they can score and everything like that. Like that's all you can really do. But can you play defense? You don't even practice. Like, I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent real quick.
That's okay, because in my view, just in my opinion, California is just a bunch of walking Patrick Beverleys out there.
Okay,
That
okay, that
that
was
that's
just that's
that's
offensive.
that's
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 very offensive.
that's
I
no. Uh,
I may have to leave.
I would say California is like Kevin Durant, like just that easy score because it's such a big state. like it's such a big state in the north, the south. Obviously, you got sprinters, you got some throwers, you got some athletes out there, you got some 400-meter runners. You have range. That KD. Moderate defense, moderate defense. So like
Moderate.
I said,
Hold on.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like KD play defense when he wants to. I would say Texas is like the Kyrie Irving. Actually, no, I ain't gonna disrespect Texas like that. Texas could be Jordan, and then Florida will be LeBron James. But think about
Okay.
because here's the thing. Because here's the thing. Think about it.
Nah,
Every
bro.
team LeBron
AI.
played on, no, we Bron because every team Bron played on, he does not have good depth. There was one team, and Bron played here in Florida, so he does not have good depth. Florida, I can say this: we're top heavy in certain respects because it's a smaller state. Like I said, you got us on the distance, even though we're growing in distance. Like we got some ballers. Caroline Wells, she repping it out there over at Stanford. She's a part of that terrific Stanford class. We can claim Sinclair Johnson right here in Lake Brantley. We got Jenny Simpson. We got, arguably one of the best American middle distance runners of all time who may tear up the marathon. So
He called us KD, bro. That's crazy. Loki, Florida's more like hot sauce. Like
listen,
y'all like and one basketball.
that's cool. Listen, you call us hot sauce, you call us Escalade. That's cool with me. No, Florida, or we may be the professor. That's us. We grace it. Yeah, we're the professor. That's what it is right there. So
There you go. You can take that.
yeah, so that's what I'll do. So let's get to this men race. That was a competitive race, the men's race. Everything was within a second of each other. Obviously, Emmanuel Bohr, he takes home the win, 248.43. And then it was complete chaos after that. 248.47, 240, I'm sorry, 28.47, 28.48, 28.48.5, 28.48.6, 28.48.7. That was just bananas, man. But Emmanuel Bohr, what impresses you the most about him? Like just from his entire body of work.
Bro, Emmanuel Bohr is a beast. Like, definitely one of the most slept on distance athletes, U.S. distance athletes out there. Like this is, I believe, second or third time making a world cross country team. He finished third place in that fourth place in that 10K at the pre-classic last year. Remember getting outkicked by Sean McGorty? Like
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Bohr has the accolades. He has everything to his name. Like you asked me earlier about Edna Kirkgott. Could Edna Kirkgott possibly like what's their chances to like end the race? Emmanuel Bohr, like it's still gonna be hard because you're gonna have like Joshua Chep, the guy in there to finish this still. But like Emmanuel Bohr, like in the right situation, Emmanuel Bohr can do some damage. Like for
He
real.
can.
Like he really, really can do some damage. And Emmanuel Bohr is a great like this dude needs to get this man some sponsor him every day.
Dog. It is
Long
crazy.
like sponsor this man. So
It is
he's nice. He's nice. So it's gonna be exciting to see what he does.
it's incredible how he's unsponsored. like there's certain athletes I don't get, like, why are they not repping a brand? His is one of them. I have no idea how that man can be this good this long and go unsponsored. But he ran one heck of a race, and I am
That
excited
makes
to
sense.
see. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but track and field doesn't make sense. So I am extremely excited to see what he's about. Joshua, man, appreciate you coming on the show. But first off, you got to tell everybody what's going on with Two Black Runners. Obviously, you got Two Black Tuesday and the Runner Report that you do not want to miss. But go in detail, tell the people where they can find you and what's going on your channel.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram at Two Black Runners, on Instagram at running_report, and then anywhere on YouTube, man, and on FanHub TF, just search up Running Report and you will for sure find us. Also subscribe to the new Two Black Runners YouTube channel, man. We just started putting up some logs on there. I ran a cross country race mic'd up. We did Take the Bridge in LA. We're gonna have this. I did a workout Wednesday with a Portland Pilots D1 athlete a few weeks ago. That's gonna come up real soon, and you're gonna see me die basically. So that should be fun. That should be fun stuff as well. But a lot of things coming from the running report. But yeah, anywhere catch us there. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr.Pottsable. You feel me? Like POTTS and then IBLE because anything's possible. Yep, y'all get it. Y'all get it.
Hey, that's a Sunday word that you getting on a Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, I don't even know what day it is. So yeah, please, I don't even know what day it is. This is just crazy. My light just went out, so I just got like 2 shades darker, and it's because the battery died. But listen, that's all good. We still making it happen. Appreciate you, bro, coming on the show. It won't be the last time he comes on. Until next time, peace.